All right, hello everybody, and welcome to our bonus episode where it'll be a spoiler review. Oh my god, fuck me! Right, starting off great already. It'll be a bonus review, spoiler review for A Quiet Place 2. Jesus Christ, that was brutal.
Were we live when I was growling?
Yeah, that's the intro to this.
Oh shit.
Unfortunately for them, maybe fortunately, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. But all right, cool. So on episode 5, we talked briefly about A Quiet Place 2, but we didn't want to get too into it, like with spoilers and stuff. So this episode is going to be just like a basically just full review of the movie with spoilers and everything. So if you haven't seen the movie, then why the fuck are you listening to this? Because I'm literally going to title it Spoiler Review. So you're in the wrong neighborhood if you haven't. Or if you don't care, then whatever. That's fine too. But what's that?
I said for real.
Yeah, put that mic to your face, bitch. The fuck you doing?
I can't even get it any closer. I'm sniffing the cotton right now.
Okay, actually, you have it backwards.
Do it?
Yeah, and it sounds like Garbo.
Garbo.
There it is. Fucking hell, dude.
I'm
Think
here
you learn.
now.
Think you fucking learn after 6 episodes. All right, hello everybody. My name is Jordan, and Olivia Rodrigo, if you're listening to this, I can treat you the way you need to be treated. And go ahead, Keaton.
Who is that?
The girl who sings, that Disney Channel girl.
Alrighty.
I
Fuck.
probably should have saved that for like the real episode, but it's okay. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Alright, I'm Keaton and Megan Fox. If you're listening to this,
No, don't
I
you
cannot treat you good at all.
don't you
You should
homewreck my boy
probably-
MGK.
You
Don't
should
you
probably
homewreck.
just stay with him. He's got money, he has a career, and he's like in a lot better shape than me. So
All right.
stay with him.
All right, let's get into this. Let's get into the spoiler review of A Quiet Place 2. So basically the movie begins with like a prequel. It starts with like day 1, showing like where everybody was when it first happens, and like kind of them figuring out like kind of like the origin of the like the aliens and shit. And like I said in the full episode, in episode 5, I said like that everything that happens kind of matters and like happens for a reason, where it shows like it introduces that the new male lead who was there with his kid, and
It was amazing.
yeah, who was awesome.
Really good.
Yeah, and it shows like the son's panic attacks and how his mom kind of calms him down, and that comes into play later when he's by himself and he's kind of panicking, and how he learns to like adapt to it, and like
That scene was really intense too.
which one?
The later scene
Mhm.
where he
Yeah.
traps himself in that.
Yeah, and we'll get there. Like we'll kind of just go through like the plot or the timeline of the movie. It'll be more fresh in your head, so you can help me out sometimes. But like, because I saw it like a week ago or whatever. But
Yeah, I just saw it yesterday.
yeah, so it'll be more fresh in your head. But like, I just love how like it shows John Krasinski as like the reason that they've made it so far, and like, oh my fucking god.
I don't know if that picked out.
It did. I could hear it in my headphones. Anyways. My little brother's fucking, I don't know. He's freaking out. It's fine. Anyways, it shows kind of like how he takes lead, and he like how he's strong, and he keeps them alive for so long, and it shows like how he's already in the moment. He can adapt to the situation and keep everybody safe and stuff. Like when they were in that diner, like we mentioned in the full episode, where he covers that guy's mouth, and like he runs out the back door with his daughter, and he's carrying her around and stuff like that. And it shows like when it cuts back to the afterwards, like when wherever the first one ended off, where it cuts back to the beginning, and he's dead, and now the mom has to kind of like, you can tell that he's been the one that's holding them to survival this whole time, and now she's kind of really fucking afraid, which is why she needs this new guy, which right then is where I thought it was going to jump back and forth between like, I wish there was more of like the day 1 and like day 2 and stuff like that. I wish there was more of that, because like that beginning part was just incredible, showing like how fast everything just took shit, and like, oh my god, man, like even like the way it went from day 1 and then transitioned to where it left off, where like the shotgun blast and then the kid's covering his ears because like the same thing happened, man.
Yeah.
That was sick.
That's a great transition.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, fucking, you could tell she had no idea what she was doing either.
Yeah, and that's where it was like, I was kind of like, how are they gonna make a movie? Kind of like, where are they gonna go with this? Because like you could, it's interesting because you could tell that she has been like were counting on him to keep them all alive. And now that he's gone, she has to try and figure out like this leadership role, which ultimately becomes the daughter's responsibility, which shows like how mature she is and how the comparison between her and her father by everybody, including herself, and like that new guy who's like, you're just like your dad. Like, it's just like so emotional, man. Because like
Yeah.
she loved that fucking dude, and like was always in the first movie was really worried that like that he didn't love her or whatever, and then to becoming like the new like him and like taking like the leadership role of keeping everybody safe, and like she's a fucking great character, man. Like from start to finish, dude, she was awesome in this one. The first one, she was there kind of like as a, she was there, and
She was there to just add like
yeah, and
emotion.
and she was still strong in the first one. Like she kept that little brother alive. Like the brother, I don't know if he's older or not.
Was
but-
it her in the first one that figured out her hearing aid would hurt them? Or no, she was getting attacked, right?
Yeah, and then it
like,
happened. It went
or
off.
whatever,
Yeah, because John Krasinski, whose name is Lee in the movie, he was the one who was down in the basement testing a bunch of different ones to see which one would be the best, and then eventually used them as like, and they're walking around with the amp and the microphone now as like a weapon, dude.
Yeah,
And that is
I
so
think
dope.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really fucking cool.
And like, I don't know why it's not even a big scene, but when they're in the water after being on that boathouse or getting attacked by all those people on the dock.
Yeah.
When the new lead is in the water
Mm-hmm.
and he's like literally drowning,
Yeah.
but he can't even breathe if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Because they reveal later when he gets up, he was like holding the hearing aid in his
mouth. Yeah.
so it wouldn't like break.
Yeah.
And dude, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
Good ass detail.
We should probably go in order because like that was because to give context, like there's that scene where they're walking down like that dock and they see that little girl, and like that part was kind of dumb to me, honestly.
Little girl.
Well, not just the little girl aspect, but like the attackers who
The
really
whole, like,
did
cult?
nothing. Yeah, like they were kind of there and they weren't a threat at all, but like it was also just there.
What were they gonna do? Like,
I think they were taking the daughter away. Honestly, I don't know.
yeah, dude, they were giving off some like rapey vibes.
It was rapey
bro.
vibe, but it was also like I think they were just robbing her. But then when
Well,
they
yeah, because they took her backpack off, and then it got
Yeah.
weird because they took her like jacket off.
yeah,
and shit,
so I
too.
think they were robbing her, but then they were kidnapping her, which is where another one of the callbacks came back from the day one thing, where they were talking about like how to sign language and like what's the sign language for dive, and then he teaches him, and then that's where it comes back into play later, where he
Yeah.
signals her to dive into the water, which people probably thought that was pretty stupid, but I really actually liked that. I thought that was cool, but like
Well, yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
I mean, that put a lot of effort to tie that back in and have it make sense.
Well, I think people probably thought it was lazy, like to say like, oh, okay, here's the one thing that they taught him, but now it's like, whatever. It comes back into play. Like I said, like everything in the day one flashback served a purpose and like came back into play with like, just setting up everything that is gonna happen and like foreshadowing and stuff like that, which I really like. And so then basically what happens is like it shows the day one flashback, and then it cuts to right after the episode, or like the first movie ends with the mom shooting that alien or whatever in the face or whatever after they figured out the weakness, and then they leave the house and then they start walking, and they stumble upon they're walking. I think they get attacked or chased, don't they? Like they're walking and
In the
they're
second
running.
one?
What?
In the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're leaving to
But
go find.
Mike up to your.
They're leaving to go find his place or whatever, and then they.
Because I don't think they had a goal in mind, did they? They were just kind of walking, right? And then
Yeah, I
they
think
stumble
were
upon.
walking, but no, they had a map, and I don't know. I can't remember really
Oh,
exactly
yeah.
what they were looking for, but they found that
I
building.
thought they got the map later because the daughter had the idea to get to the radio tower after she got the map from the new guy.
I think they had the map because when they crossed that fence right before the mom trips on the wire. And
Yeah,
sets off
and
all
sets off
those
the cans.
bottles. And
Yeah,
shit,
and
yeah.
then they get chased, and then the fucking kid slips in a bear trap.
I know, dude.
Dude,
that is crazy.
And that kid's acting is incredible. Like I literally thought like that actual kid stepped in a fucking bear trap
I know,
because
dude.
like he screams and like
and
the
the
pain.
cry, and
Dude.
fucking, it's so intense.
Dude, that kid is a great actor, honestly. And then they pick him up, or they
I love
start.
his acting of like him being in shock as
Mhm.
well.
Dude, for real. Like he literally has like the stress in his eyes.
Because
Like
he didn't
every moment.
react right away.
Yeah,
he
dude.
just kind of like
Mhm.
froze, literally froze.
Yeah,
And then
the mom just basically just please quiet, quiet, quiet. And meanwhile, the new guy's
I
like
felt bad for him, honestly, though.
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Like,
yeah,
you gotta stay quiet or you're gonna kill everybody.
yeah,
But
and like
also you
he
just got
couldn't
fucking
he
mauled.
could not hold it in. He starts screaming, and then the mom opens the bear trap. They pick him up. They start dragging him. But meanwhile, the new guy is watching them in like a sniper scope because like this is his area that he's protecting, and he's seeing them, and he's watching like the fucking aliens charge at him, where he watches them take one down, which they take down a lot of these aliens in this movie.
Yeah, they do.
Like they kill a lot of these things. And so then he runs down there, he grabs the kid, and then they start running. So he grabs the fucking kid, picks him up, and then they all start going. And he shows them basically where he stays, and it's like in a drainage pipe in like this old factory area where so they climb, like they slide down the little fucking pipe, and then there's a bunch of like bags of whatever mulch or whatever for like safety, and then he's got like a what is it? What does he sleep in? Like a vault, or is that like a furnace? What is that?
I'd say it's like a vault.
Yeah, so it's like a
kinda
giant
looks like-
steel door that he can
Yeah.
close. Yeah,
I don't know if he sleeps in there though, right?
he can't sleep in there
I
because
was
he only
gonna
has
say,
a
'cause
certain
he'll
amount of
die,
time of
yeah.
oxygen in there.
And he has the timer.
He's got the
in there
timer for the
that lets him
oxygen.
know.
Yeah, which is
But
cool.
I thought that thing was cool too, to be honest. The
Mhm.
whole like furnace looking thing.
Yeah, which is where he stays. So they go in there, and then they sit there, and then the daughter gets the idea to use her her weapon at the radio tower because the guy has a radio there, and it has one channel that they figured out. So it's like it's
Yeah, it was a puzzle.
yeah. So like the daughter figured out that it was a code meaning over my fucking god, over the waters, like across, like somewhere or beyond the sea or whatever. So that was the song. So like he or she figures out like it's broadcasting from somewhere across the water. So her idea was to get to that tower and then
go north.
and
that
then-
was her whole thing.
yeah, and then use her hearing aid, which is the weakness of the aliens, to broadcast it to every radio, so everybody has a defense against them. Which I guess it helps, but it's also like not everybody's gonna know. I mean, you kind of do because you'll hold the radio up and then they'll react to it, but you still have to have another weapon to actually kill them. The sound
'cause
itself
the
just
sound
weakens
like,
them.
freezes them.
Yeah, it
and,
just
like,
it just releases or opens up their weakness, and then you have to actually do something like kill them. But I think people will definitely figure that out.
Opens up their head.
Yeah,
and you actually have to like.
It's like a
kill
boss
them.
battle where they have the weak spot,
Yeah.
and so yeah. So then that's the
I always
daughter's.
thought you just had to shoot him, but at the end there, she.
Oh
but she-
no! Well, they show that in the first one too. The first one you have to open up the weakness with the hearing aid.
Well, yeah, with the sound, and then I thought you would just have to like shoot the head off.
Yeah.
But in this one, she kills that one at the end in the radio station with like a fucking.
Oh
pipe.
yeah, you don't have to shoot them, but you can use
see, I
anything
always
to destroy the
figured
head.
you
I
needed
think.
to like
Yeah.
decapitate them.
Or crush their brain or whatever. But they figure that out. So
Do
then
they actually look really good too, though?
yeah, because we didn't
like-
really get a close-up shot of them in like the first one at all.
Yeah, you just see them really like run across.
In like
or,
the dark, it was always dark when we
Yeah,
saw
and,
them,
like,
and now we
really
see them in like the
quick.
light and stuff, and like, excuse me, you see like a lot of them, and you watch a lot of them get killed, which is crazy cool
And
too.
I think in the first one, like when they're hiding and it shows one walk by slow. Like I said, I haven't seen the first one in a little bit, but I don't even think you see like the full like face in the
No,
basement.
you really-
I think you see like the teeth.
Yeah,
And, like-
maybe you do see it when at the end because it's a close-up shot before she shoots it, but it's a lot more detail in this one, and it's like I said, like in the light in the daytime and stuff, because like
And they look way cooler.
yeah,
Like
they
they
look-
did something to them. They look way more detailed.
they
And way
yeah well
better.
yeah because it's more just because like in the first one was like I said in the dark, so it was all silhouetted and like not really a lot of detail in it. So on this one they really let you see them because there was a lot of different instances where it was in the daytime. Like the first time you see it. Well, you do see it, well, yeah, because you get a glimpse because they're so fast. So, like in the first one, they like when he wiped out that kid, you only see like him for a split second, and he's gone. But in this
Yeah,
one,
you just see the shade go
yeah,
across.
so like
really.
in this one, you really see them more. And like I said, they kill a lot of these things, and there's not a lot of like human bodies, like human death count at all, because like they don't.
Not in this one, really.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if like dead meat did it, he'd probably find a lot because
Uh,
there's a lot of bodies.
well, kind of.
Well,
Kind of, yeah.
At the beginning, for sure, in the prequel sequence.
In the beginning, yeah.
You just see people getting tossed and thrown and stabbed. And then at the end, too, when they travel on that boat and get up north, that whole yard scene when he's just running, you just see people getting slaughtered left and right.
Yeah. So then, anyways, the daughter goes and gets the map for, like, the radio, or, like, to get a boat, and she starts going. She tells the brother, like, I'm leaving, like, I don't know if she says, like, stay here or whatever, take care of mom and stuff.
Well, she didn't even say anything. She just said, like...
Well, she told the brother.
Yeah, she told the brother, but, like, she didn't say, like, stay here or you should come with. Like, she just told him, like, this is the plan.
Yeah.
And, I can save these people.
Yeah,
and then
so
they
then...
have this intense, like, sign language thing.
Yeah.
Where,
and he's saying, like, fucking don't do this.
He said don't do it.
Yeah. And then she fucking obviously does anyways because she's a badass.
Safe. And then she says, but Dad would do it. And then he just snapped and he was like, well, look what happened to him.
Yep. That's right. Yeah. So he's basically saying, like, fucking don't do this. But she does it anyways. So she leaves and, like, I don't know where the mom was. But
she went to get supplies.
Okay, so yeah,
the bear trap. Because if they
get the medicine otherwise you'll die.
They didn't do that.
Yeah,
he was gonna bleed out.
Yeah. So the mom's gone on getting medicine with the new guy, and then the kids are sitting in the place, and then that's where she says, like, I'm gonna go do this, and he says no. So she leaves and then starts going, and then she gets to a train where she's in there, and then obviously she comes face to face with, like, the mom was like, you have to go get her to this new guy or whatever. He's like, you have to do this.
Lee would tell you that
little
girl's worth saving.
Lee would tell you to do this, and or, like, Lee would, but he's not here, so you have to. Which I thought was kind of fucked up, like, to put that on him. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
well, she's desperate, man.
I know, but it's like he should have been like, what the fuck? No, no. What the fuck? Like, I'm chilling here.
She guilted him with Lee, and I think that's what got him.
Because he said,
because him and Lee were close, as you could see in the prequel.
Yeah, and where he was like, you don't know the people out there, and brings up, like, the point of, like, the people out there are different now. I
do like that scene.
Yeah, so it's like,
she asked him if he knew it was them when he saw the fire lit.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, but I wouldn't come for you. And
yeah, people have changed, stuff like that. And so then...
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, and then she guilts him into it. And then the train thing happens where the daughter is in this train car and she's, like, walking and makes a lot of noise, apparently. And then one of the aliens corners her where she holds up the sound and, like, weakens it and tries to shoot it. And then... gets shot from behind, obviously. So it's obviously like the new guy shows up and saves her and says...
I don't think she weakened it in the train, to be honest.
She had to, because he shot it and killed it.
Yeah, like...
Because I remember she had the amp and she had the microphone to it, and it was weakened because then the guy shot the thing.
Oh, yeah, it was still coming at her.
Yeah, because she couldn't reload or something. She dropped, like, the bullet or something. Something happened with that, where she had the shotgun, but she, like, missed, or, like... Because she was holding it real weird. And, like...
Yeah, and she couldn't, like, fire, and then dude came up from behind and smoked him.
And took care of that and saves her, and then basically says, like, we're going. But he doesn't know sign language, so, like, he at first, like, man, I just love their fucking, like...
relationship.
Their dynamic at the beginning, and then how it changes over time.
Because after the gunshot, they have to hide, because that made a lot of noise.
So then, they have to hide.
And then he was, like, he looked at her behind this counter, and he's like... I'm taking you home, let's go. And she just, like, stares at him. And then it's supposed to be, like, a funny scene. He's like, fuck, you can't hear me. Fuck.
Yeah, it's not really funny. I mean, I wouldn't say it's funny. It's more of like it's kind of like, it's just realistic, man. He's like, he doesn't know sign language. And he's like, how am I going to communicate with this girl? Basically saying, like...
She told him to abbreviate.
Yeah, like, your mom says to take you home, so I got to bring you back. And so, like, Jesus Christ. And then he's like, fuck up. I keep losing my train of thought because this fucking guy. And, like, hold on, I'm gonna go tell him to shut the fuck up.
Alrighty.
Where the fuck were we?
The train sequence. He doesn't know sign language.
Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. So after that, then he's like, basically like, yeah, I gotta take you home. Your mom said so whatever. And so then they get in, like, a train station, and Did she like fall asleep or something?
She
Mike.
she fuck, no, I can't remember. No, she was like looking for shit in this little house, and he went and looked for a boat.
Well, no, but she fell asleep because she woke up and her
Or
hearing aid was
she
gone.
fell asleep in the shack or whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
how'd she fall asleep?
I don't even know.
I don't
man.
remember, but I remember she wakes up and he's gone and she's by herself without her hearing aid. And this is where like the sound design in the movie like is really cool because when she doesn't have her hearing aid, it's silent. It's
Dead
just
silent.
dead silent. You
don't
can't hear anything.
shit.
So like you're immersed with how the character is in this moment right now, and so she's freaked out. Everything's gone. He's gone, and all of her things are gone. And so she goes outside and she like, breaks down because she's like, I'm fucked. And then he comes running back up and he gives her the hearing aid, puts it back on her, and he's like, I found a boat. And so then it like cuts back to whatever, and then
That's when he agrees to like go with her.
yeah. So I remember because
that he was like, or she showed him the map, and then he was like, pretty much agreed like, we're only going to look once, and that's it, pretty much, and we're gonna go warn the others, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then we're coming right back, and then it cuts back to the mom telling the son that she has to go get medicine. Because now it's like,
yeah, because
it's been a while since both of them have been back.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, my first thought was that she was really going to go look for them.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. That's right.
But she just goes and gets medicine, visits the memorial.
Yeah, and leaves the wedding ring.
Yeah,
Because it's for the both of them now. It's for the dad and the kid. The little boy who died in the first one.
Which is so cool.
Yeah.
And that's when the little boy...
You know, I was really fucking worried that they were gonna try to force like a love relationship between the mom and the new guy. I was like, please don't.
Oh, I know.
I was like,
dude.
please fucking don't.
I'm
glad
the
they
whole
didn't.
Time, and that's so
I'm
cool.
very glad that they didn't because
they just kept it normal.
Yeah, they kept it very like I still love my husband, and he still loved his wife.
Was still in love with his wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, that was crazy too. When the little boy's like kind of searching around.
Yep.
And he finds that body of his wife.
Yep.
Just skulls and shit.
Yeah.
That was fucked.
It's really kind of fucked. Why didn't he bury her, man? That's kind of fucked. They just left her there, like right upstairs.
Can't really put her anywhere, I guess, without making noise.
I guess, man, but I don't know, man.
Plus, you could tell his character was like super, like he never let go.
Yeah.
Ever, like.
Yeah, so that's basically at the same
that crazy
time.
fuck probably sleeps in that bed, dude.
No, well, no, but like that's where that's about the same section as like. So now it cuts to the mom going on the little run, and then the boy goes up and starts exploring around. And then that's where he finds the body, and then you figure out that is the daughter or the wife's body because the same drawings are on the desk from the daughter or the son that were in the basement where he lives. The daughter picked up a drawing that looks just like the ones that are upstairs in that room, so it shows that okay, the wife's body is just sitting there rotting on a weird bed, which is just like right upstairs, and like so that's where they lived, and then they died, and then he moved. I don't know why they all just didn't stay in the underneath part, but whatever. And then that's at the same time as where they get to the docks. The daughter and the new guy get to the docks.
The son freaked out because he saw the body and he screamed.
Yeah, and then he fell backwards, and then
he gets attacked.
Gets attention from the thing because he starts running. And then
and he locks himself in the vault without the towel, and the towel is used to block the lock.
Keep it from locking. Yeah. So because they can open it and close it.
And then the time that it shows the timer run out.
Yeah,
and then he struggles to breathe, like he's trying to use like these weird breathing mechanisms.
Fuck yeah, we completely forgot to mention the fact that the mom brought the oxygen tanks the first trip back.
Yeah.
So she's got oxygen tanks for the baby because the baby sits in that box. So then she's got extra tanks. So he grabs the baby.
Which is fucked.
It's honestly, really, it's kind of weird, man. But it's smart.
It is smart, but it throws me off every time, dude.
Yeah, I agree. It's just so bizarre to me because it's got the little babies, got the little face mask. For like
and
oxygen.
It doesn't even cover it, dude. Like when it shows like the baby crying, and it's like barely on his nose, not on his mouth.
And so so the son comes running back, jumps through the pipe, grabs the alien's chasing him, and like slowly like, crawls down the big pipe, and then he's crawling like sneaking. He grabs the baby, and then they jump into the pipe or like the little vault area, and they have just the almost out tank that was already on there, and when he shuts the door, it locks, and he didn't put the towel down, so it locks, and he's in there, and the timer goes off. He's with the baby, so they're both running out of oxygen because the timer goes off.
Yeah, and he starts sharing. The oxygen,
so he
was dying.
Yeah, he like looks at the baby, and he takes the fucking mask off the baby, man, and gets some oxygen.
He does it like in a good, like, you could tell it's a good-hearted way. Like he in the movie, he takes like a quick like a quick puff, and then that's it, and he puts it right back on the baby.
Yeah, but like he fought himself to do that. He was like, I gotta do this, and
then it cuts to later too with them, and it shows the tanks on red, like it's getting low, and he takes one last breath, and then he puts it on the baby, and he lays down next to it, accepting his fate.
Yeah, so he lays down, just gives
the
rest of the oxygen to the baby.
A fucking 10-year-old dude.
Yeah, and so he lays there, and then it cuts back some time here. It cuts back to
the dock
where there's a little girl at the end of the dock standing there or whatever, and then the new guy runs up to it, or like the little girl, and was like, what's going on? This little fucking shit takes a rope and wraps it around his neck, and then he gets pulled down to the dock, where underneath the dock it's weighed down by a bunch of cans and bottles and things that'll make sound if he moves, so he's kind of trapped there. And then a bunch of like fucking Trump supporters come walking out, and like they come, and then they walk.
They were all sketchy motherfuckers.
Yeah, so they all just walk out silently. They don't say a word, and like it's just so menacing. And then like they just like rise up from all these boats that are parked on the dock, and they walk up to the little girl, and like the daughter, and they take her backpack off, and like they start taking her jacket off, and then they start walking away with her. And then the new guy like motions to dive. So she dives into the water, and he fucking grabs the thing and just makes a bunch of noise, and the aliens just jump out of nowhere. They just surround him and just start whacking these guys around. Yeah. And then he jumps into the water.
Well, no, he after he did that and the dock kind of cleared, he grabbed like the leader, or at least like
yeah,
and he wrapped a rope around his neck, and then tied him to a post.
Yep.
And then they were both.
And then he jumps around. Yeah.
Yeah, they were both staring at the monster, and they didn't know they were there. So he takes a knife and he stabs the guy in the thigh. And
so he'll scream.
Just screams, and then he jumps off the.
Then
dock,
he holds him against the pole there, so he gets attacked. He gets fucking destroyed.
And then he just leaps off the dock at the last second. Right. Man, which is great. Yeah, I love that whole scene.
And then he's drowning, and then the little daughter rolls up in a boat and pulls him up, and then he gets the thing off, and then that's where he pulls out the hearing aid that he kept in his mouth and gives it back to her, and then they're like, let's fucking go, dude, gang.
Which is dope.
Yeah.
Because, like,
so then, yeah. And
I don't know, just that little detail.
Yeah.
Man.
So then, like, the quick thinking, it just shows how, like, this new guy's, like, the leader and stuff like that, and, like, it's cool. And so, like, then they start going on their boat, and they start sailing back across the water to get to where the radio station is. And in the background, you can see another boat following them with one of the aliens on it. And so they get to and then it cuts back to the son, I believe. And then the mom opens the door and saves him because he's like dying or whatever. And then I think she grabs another oxygen tank.
Well, there's an intense scene before she sees the son where she gets captured, or she sees that like the monster's down there.
Yep. And
so she shoots and purposely misses. So it'll run around, and then she
sets off the water.
Off a fire.
Yeah, it sets off the sprinklers with the fire.
She threw something at the monster and shot it. That's what it was, so it would burn.
Yeah.
And it emerges from the flame, of course, and then the sprinklers go off, so she can kind of sneak down there and save him.
And gets down there, grabs a tank, I believe, and
then
gets in there.
they start sharing the oxygen, too.
Yeah, yep. And then... So they're sitting there, and at this point, the big pipe that they go down is like collapsed in.
Yeah,
and then it's broken, and so like they're in there and they're trapped because it's out there. And so then it cuts back to them again. They get across the water to the island where they see like a campfire, and they see a bunch of people who are all gathered around. And when I saw this, I really thought that like they were evil, you know?
Oh, really?
So I thought like this was kind of like the foreshadowing from when he's like, people are bad out here now. So I thought they were gonna be like evil in some way, but like not on the surface. Like on the surface, they were friendly. So like it cuts basically to them like all like showered and cleaned, and like they're eating and they're feeding these people. They're feeding the new people, and so
Yeah,
they're
having a
part of like the group
bonfire.
now. And then the new guy, or like, is talking to like the leader of this little the camp, and so basically telling them the plan, and then goes over to the beach and starts like talking like to God or whatever, like his dead wife or something. He's like talking, and then he hears like this noise, and he turns around and walks, and it's a boat. It's the same boat that followed them there, just crashing along the shore. And then this motherfucker like he takes off.
Takes
He just sprints.
Before
And, like he's like,
that-
get inside.
the leader of the North group asked him like, so how long did it take you to figure it out? Because he was the one playing the song.
Oh yeah.
And
And
they
he's
were-
like, yeah, she
yeah,
did.
they were hinting.
Yeah.
He goes, well, she did, and then he just pauses, and that's kind of just used to like show how survivalist like she is. Like that just it was really just there to show that how much like John Krasinski she is.
Yeah, and he even says that too, because he even says later, he says, "You're right. I'm not like your dad, but you are." And I was like, man.
And he walks away.
Yeah.
I like
so-
the what he's talking to the first time. She like turns his head and just smiles at him, kind of
Mhm.
like, "I can't hear you, bitch."
Yeah, like she says to enunciate because he can't do sign language. So then they're talking to the
Can you
leader.
read lips?
Was that yeah? And so then he's running back to the camp, and he's like screaming like, get inside,
And,
and then
it goes dead silent too, like when he's running, which I thought was cool. All you hear when he's running is like a heartbeat.
and
Which
then
is so dope, dude.
Yeah.
The intensity, the whole movie.
and yeah, so then all of a sudden like the alien like is on the island, so he I think he kills a few people, like they're swatting him away because he's got the giant arms.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he like swats a few of them away.
There was a couple aliens.
Yeah. Oh, I thought.
There was
oh
two.
yeah, there's two.
There
Of,
was two on that boat.
oh wait, no, I thought there was only one because they lead it away with the car. Because there's only one, so they lead it. They get in the car and
Oh
they
wait,
lead
yeah,
it.
because
They lead
you're
it.
right. You're right. Because there was two, and that one was like drowning. Because that's where the claws on the boat came from.
And then
when they get up north, the black dude that's the leader of like the group or whatever
Mhm.
was like, yeah, once the SEALs figured out they can't swim, they started ordering people to come up here.
yeah, okay,
And
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
like that detail.
Okay, and then yeah, so he's like screaming like, get inside, and the daughter can't hear anything, so she's like looking around, everybody running around, and then sees it, and then they get in the car. So it's the new leader, it's the new guy, and then the daughter. They all get in like this car and drive, which is weird that they take. I mean, I get it. They took like the daughter because like she's very vital to the mission, but like I feel like in a situation like that, you wouldn't want her in danger. But like whatever. So
And he just starts honking.
yeah, the three of them get in the car and they start honking and driving away fast. And this thing's chasing them and gets onto the car. And this is where it's kind of stupid to me that the creature couldn't get them. Like it was a convertible. It wasn't even a hard top. So like he
ripped the.
he rips it, but like
Yeah.
they shouldn't have been able to get away from that because they weren't going that fast. Plus, you can see what those things could do to a train earlier. Like you saw that thing was ripped open, so like you could see that they can clearly rip through steel. So it doesn't make much sense to me that they couldn't get through the fabric top of a convertible and easily kill these
And then
three.
he rips through the windshield.
Yeah,
that was
and then
like-
he does something like maneuvers like a left or whatever, like a pit maneuver, and the thing falls off. And then they keep driving, honking, and trying to lure it away from the camp. And then they get to the radio tower or like the radio station or whatever. And then they get to the garage door and they get in there. And the leader is worried because he doesn't see the thing, and he's like, it went back, which I thought was a very realistic reaction. Like, if you don't see it, you're like, oh my God, it fucking went back to my kids. Like, holy shit. So he's freaking out. Then the fucking arm grabs him from underneath the thing, pulls him out. He dies. And so then,
Yeah, because they were trying to stop him. From
yeah,
going
because
back.
they were like, we got to keep going. But that reaction was
I
really
gotta go
realistic
back
for me.
my
It's like,
family
that's
and-
immediately what I would think too is like, oh fuck, it went back. And like, I'd be freaking out. So like, that was a really realistic reaction. Then he ends up dying, which I was surprised, but not really. And then they shut the
Yeah, that's
door.
a big actor to have in the
Yeah, and
movie for 4
they threw him
minutes.
away. Yeah, I agree.
They kind of just used him for
Yeah,
chew toy food and
yeah.
threw him away.
So then they go into the radio station, and then they or does
Yeah, they go in the station.
yeah, does
And
it
then,
cut back to the mom and son at all?
Not till the end.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
'Cause,
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking too.
Then this whole thing, it just shows them. She finds the on-air thing.
Yep, and then there's like a few of them in that station for some reason.
Yeah, there's a couple.
I don't know how
of them.
there's so many in there, but there is. And then the
they
guy
make a
gets fucked up.
noise.
He
Yeah, they
stabs
make a
his leg.
noise.
Yeah,
Well, she was sneaking around and it was like looking for him. And
Yeah.
then she dropped something on the floor. And then the guy jumped through the window and like
yelled or whatever.
took the blow.
Yeah,
And he got his leg fucked up.
yeah,
And then it's like coming at her. And then she turns on the on-air sign and just plays the
yeah.
high-pitched noise. And then
Which she waited a dramatically long time to do that.
it's suspenseful time.
But
and
that
then-
was really I was like, why are you waiting? Just do this, please.
yeah.
My boys want to get fucking
The
clapped
whole-
right now.
The whole pause thing, and
Yeah.
then she saves his life, and then it shows her pick up a weapon, and then it cuts.
It cuts back to the
to the
son,
mom
turn the
and
radio
son.
on, and it's playing the sound.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he gets out of the vault once he hears that it's playing the sound. Because well, no, the mom and son were actually getting attacked. 'Cause
Yeah,
that
it was
thing-
literally like
yeah,
inside
the thing. Ripped the vault
Yeah,
and it
that's
cut the
yeah.
mom. And he
Yeah.
had the radio thing on, and then he screamed because it was that high pitched noise. And then he unplugs it, and he just starts charging at it with the sound.
Yeah, he just starts walking
And then
like
he
a badass, just slow as fuck with it, and then he's got the
picks up
pistol.
fucking revolver.
Yeah,
and just-
dude. Then
and
he,
they simultaneously
yeah,
like kill
both
him,
of them,
it
and
shows,
to in honor of like their dad. It
yeah,
was like
it shows
it was
the kids like
yeah,
stepping
the-
up.
yeah.
like, we got mom now.
yeah, dude. Like we'll take care of you, mom. And it was just a really emotional moment.
which is so dope.
Yeah,
dude,
man. Like
honestly.
like the way it would the way it was edited was cut back and forth between the daughter and the son, both doing the same exact thing in different situations.
yeah,
Where like the kids are taking care of the adults or whatever, and like man, it was just so powerful for me. I was like,
so cool.
I was like, damn. And then it just ends very abruptly for me. I didn't like the ending.
how was the ending? I honestly,
It literally they killed those two things, and then it has a close up of the hearing aid like dangling on the microphone thing, just beeping, and then it cuts to the credits. It was done.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because it shows that like she
Yeah.
kept it there.
Well, yeah, but it was
So
just
now-
like it was just done. But then
No cliffhanger this time.
That's
Is
a-
that the
that-
end?
no, it's not the end. Part
No.
3 has been announced.
Has it
It has
already?
Yep, but it's a different writer and different director. It's not John Krasinski anymore.
He gave away his rights right away.
He's a sellout.
Really?
He's a big sellout.
Dude,
yeah.
he already sold his rights?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I know he's going to be a producer on it, but yeah, he's not writing or directing it. So I don't know if it's going to be the same story or if it's just a different
Well, I
story in the
want-
same universe.
Yeah, I kind of want to know how they do that then, because if that sound's constantly playing,
Yeah. Well, like I said, it might be a different story in like the same universe because
or
that's
maybe a prequel.
that's a cool universe.
Yeah.
So for it
Leave that alone.
to open it up, well, it's part. I don't know if it's part 3 or if it's just another one.
Kind of like The Conjuring Presents type thing.
Presents. That's American Pie, brother.
I thought The Conjuring had that whole thing too.
Well, they just had like the spin-offs of the Annabelle and the Nun, but I wouldn't say that it's like The Conjuring presents fan camp. Fucking so yeah, so that's how the movie ends. It just ends with the daughter and the new guy at the island. We don't know what happened at camp, like who survives. We don't know how they got him, if they get him back with his fucked up leg.
Yeah, they just both kind of sit there and like
And
hug,
then-
basically.
The mom and son are safe, kind of.
And it doesn't show the son like go back to his mom either. Like he just
But-
stares down the
but-
monster.
So it ends very abruptly, and that's my one gripe about the movie is the ending and the sound design at points where there was just like soft like instrumentals in the background. I was like, this is
Mhm.
supposed to be like quiet when it's quiet. You know
And
what I mean?
that- Yeah, and that's literally the whole movie.
Yeah, that's the movie. So I liked it. I liked it better than the first one.
Yeah,
I
before we get off of this, what do you rate it?
8.
8?
Yeah, it's an 8 out of 10.
Flat out 8 out of 10?
Mhm. First one's a 7. This one's an 8.
Okay. Now, if you could change one thing about it besides the ending, because I know that's what you'd say, But besides the ending, what would you change and why?
I would add more of like from day one or like even day two, like to get a kind of an idea how they got everything set
It
up.
never even says day 2.
No, it just shows day one,
Yeah.
yeah, which I liked a lot. I liked seeing like who they were as people before it, and then after it, like obviously how they've adapted and stuff and how quickly they've adapted. And so I would like more of like the prequel
The whole movie
idea.
is so good, man. Just the flat out intensity that you
Mhm.
feel like.
It's yeah.
And the characters are all good, dude.
Mhm.
That's the thing. Like,
Yeah, they're all very likable.
with games,
The
like
kid does some dumb shit though.
the boy.
The boy, yeah, he should not have left that pipe at the beginning
Yeah.
to get everything fucked up. Yeah, he should have just stayed put.
Yeah.
That was the one gripe I had too about decisions.
But I kind of like it though, cause like, I mean, yeah, it's like that's fucking stupid. Why would you do
Mhm.
that?
Yeah,
But like that, they are kids too, so
Yep,
like
true.
it
They're
kind of
curious,
passes,
yeah.
you know.
and
like,
we don't know how old he is. He's probably like you said,
And
like
like, this
10.
is only day 2, so like,
Wait, day 2.
or fuck, day 1, I think, right?
Wait, what are you talking about?
With him making that shitty decision.
That was like, that was, I don't even know, like day like 800.
Okay, I was gonna say.
That was way after like, I don't know. I think the first movie was like day 300 something. So this is way
Oh,
after
did it
that.
show it in there?
Mm-hmm. Or it showed at the beginning of this movie, but I don't really remember what the number was. But
It just said day 1 in this movie, and
And-
then it showed the prequel, and then it didn't say a day again.
it's at a day again. It's at a day after day. It shows day 1, and then it cuts to day whatever they were at the end of the first movie. where
I
this
don't
one
remember
starts.
seeing that.
Yeah, it starts at a new day, but I don't remember what the number was. But after that long, you'd think that he'd learn, but because he was always very cautious in the first one as well, so it's kind of out of character for him to get out and explore the fucking place. You think he would just stay put, because even in the first one, like he went to the waterfall with Lee,
And he was like super scared to
super
leave.
super afraid to talk, and he's like, "You can talk here, it's fine. Like the water's so loud, they don't hear us." And so like,
And he just starts screaming.
yep, and they yell, yeah. But like, even now, it's like you don't think he'd be comfortable enough to get out and explore. You think he would just stay put, but he gets out for some reason and just goes to explore, which is out of character and just to drive the plot forward, which I get, but kind of dumb. But yeah, it was a good movie. I liked it a lot.
For
And,
sure.
I was really worried about it because I don't like sequels, especially like when it feels like it concluded at the beginning. But the fact that I
Sequels are
like this one better than the first one
Yeah.
means that I'm like, okay, I'm okay. If they're making a third one, sure, I'm cool with it. They made the second one really well, so I'm not too worried. But
Sequels are infamously awful most of the time. though.
yeah, sometimes they're good, but sometimes it's like like they used to be so prevalent, but now it's like it's becoming just annoying now because like people can't just do one-offs anymore. Like Joker's getting a sequel. Spider-Verse 2 is coming.
Oh, I thought that Joker one was like a one-off for sure.
Yeah, I
thought
really
the
wish
guy-
it was, man. I wish
I
wish
thought
it
the guy
was.
who did it said flat out like he wasn't doing that.
And then money, man. He made a lot of money for it, so of course he's gonna make another one. That's just how it works, which is so annoying because like people put, I don't know, man. People can't just be original. I get it, but money drives this whole fucking world, so makes sense. But you'd think, I don't know. I'm okay. I might be okay with the part 3, even if it doesn't like continue from the same story. It'll still be fine.
It'd be cool to see like a different family maybe.
Yeah, like I said, like they could open this universe to a bunch of different things, and yeah, it's an interesting universe. So it'd be fun to explore it with different situations and stuff. So, like even like the group of like the Raiders, like that were gonna fuck them up.
Yeah.
Exploring something like that, like evil people in this situation, like seeing
Yeah.
how the bad people roam, and so yeah,
That'd
that's
be
our-
awesome.
that's our bonus and our spoiler review of Quiet Place 2. Any finishing thoughts, brother?
No, I think we pretty much nailed everything. To be
All right,
honest.
yeah, we kind of just
I
went
would-
through it. And what do you rate it?
Uh,
Because now you have a little time to dwell on it. I know we,
I'd still say probably an 8.5.
yeah,
I'd
definitely,
say 8.5 is a fair rating
yeah.
because the ending is like very quick.
Mhm.
Like it just happens
Yeah.
and that's it. So that the ending brings it down a little, but honestly, other than that, I couldn't complain about it at all. Like the characters are all good, even the new guys. Like all
Yeah.
the new characters are spot on, solid as fuck.
Yeah, I was interested the whole time. I wasn't bored for a single second.
Yeah, not worried that I wasn't gonna like it at all. Like the whole thing was good, man.
Yeah, I agree.
And the kid stepping up is big. The mom kind of getting an idea of it too towards the end, or towards her little sequence, I should say. And I don't know. I just like every little detail. The sign language towards the end. I like the kid, even though he's so young, sacrificing himself. Just kind of at that age, like, this is it for me. I'm dead. You know, save the baby. Mom will be back, hopefully.
Yeah, there's a lot of heart in these characters.
That's the thing. It's a lot of.
They feel like real people.
It's very thrilling and intense the whole time, and also just like an emotional ride.
I agree.
Because you want them to survive, and there's a lot of parts where like it could very well be the end, you know, and like you never know with the movies. They could twist it, even though they're a big character. They can kill him off. That draws a lot of eyes.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right, cool.
Go.
Awesome. All right, this is our first bonus. If you guys want more things like these, just let us know in the comments, and make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy. That'll be the end of this bonus, guys. All right, goodbye.
We're taking over, boys.
Goodbye.
Bye.